Are we streaming?
Yes. Yeah.
And we don't need to record here, right? We just stream to YouTube.
Yes. But maybe it's better to record it as well.
Okay.
So yeah, now we can start.
All right. Amazing. Let me share screen. Make it slideshow. Yeah, nice. We are at final community call this year. Looking like back to all the year, what happened, what product updates we had, what community events we ran, like kind of everything, celebrating and reflecting everything. The plan is as usual, like very short. So it's gonna be product, community, talking about future, and then Q&A if you have any questions. So I'm gonna talk about product updates, then Nadia will cover community, and then also back to me about a little bit on the future. So yeah, that's my favorite slide last couple of months. That's Fluence Labs. We're actually twice bigger than this photo. This one is pretty old, but it's kind of gives a picture about where we at in terms of geography and people and partnerships and capital and content. So this is us. We like this slide. This is a very short reminder about Fluence. I kind of do it all the time at community calls, but I think it's useful. So what we built here is a decentralized serverless compute platform, right? It's several things managed by DAO, marketplace of compute providers, then developer tooling, which provides serverless experience on top of this marketplace. And then developers can build whatever they want, applications, backends, using this serverless platform. So our goal has been to enable the developer experience that is similar to what function as a service provides, so like the serverless products like Lambda provide. So we have our own stack, but it's kind of maps to what usually you have in the cloud and serverless. So we have WebAssembly runtime, which kind of maps to functions a little bit. We have Aqua, which maps to step functions or workflows. And we have a bunch of tools that enable execution by time, failovers, triggers, payments, and basically developer experience. So let me give you update on basically all of it that happened in last year. So first of all, on dev platform, we released this year, in spring and summer, we released spells and subnets. And spells is our name basically for ability to have periodical execution of functions. In our case, it's the periodical executions of Aqua, actually, of Aqua scripts. But it's like for developer, it's very similar experiences. Like it's you can simply think of this as a cron jobs. So you can have periodical executions. You can have executions triggered by events. You can have like with these periodical executions, you can build sort of the coordination between different peers, and also to build this coordination, you need subnets. And subnets is, in the simplest case, is replicated deployments. Basically, whenever you deploy a function on Fluence, it's being deployed to several nodes, and you say what amount of nodes it's going to be. And basically, using spells and using Aqua and the rest of stack, you can build the common behavior of the subnet, how it behaves, what feature it provides. Maybe it maintains some state and synchronizes some state between these nodes. Maybe you want to balance requests between these nodes. Maybe you want to have a quorum. So if you want to have it like persistent in time, you're going to use both subnets and spells as the cron jobs. So they've been released, they're live. They are on testnet, and you can use it. The other thing is Aqua. So like over the year, there was a bunch of updates with Aqua language itself. There have been new expressions introduced. There was error and tracing handling, things like try catch otherwise. There was abilities introduced. There was features like manipulations of data structures. A lot of things just to make using this language more convenient. There is also VS Code extension that we provide to support syntax highlight and stuff like that, which is also which was updated during the year, and I have actually linked to it in the next slide. Yeah, but like for developers, basically like main tools that we kind of that we suggest to use, like that you should use when you build on Fluence, is a Fluence CLI that encapsulates all the experience with creating projects, deploying projects, building, and basically paying as a part of deployment, and managing your deployments as well. There is a JavaScript client that has been improved during the year. There is a VS Code extension for writing code in Aqua. There is a kind of HTTP gateway that actually partially done that exists as a part of one of our showcases called Decentralized RPC. But we will think how to put it separate as a separate project, so everyone could use HTTP endpoints to call Aqua functions. Yeah, so basically like the showcases that was produced during the year and was demonstrated, one of them was decentralized RPC implementation. There's a link to repo here. And basically that's the distributed app built on Fluence with Aqua that allows to connect, to roll out the subnet of nodes that connect to different blockchain RPC providers, and then query them and get quorum on top of these results. And it's fully customizable because it's Aqua. You can like edit any stuff there, and so you can try it and play with that and see, like get the idea of this decentralized workflows with Aqua for your use case. The other thing is implementation of multi-party computation, in particular for like signing Ethereum transaction. It was done with collaboration with Silence Labs, and also was demonstrated this year in Singapore at Decompute conference. There is a repo there also with examples. We can take a look, but the idea is there is the same. There's Aqua code coordinating network coordination between different parties to construct the signature in this case, and also to rotate the threshold shares. Yeah, actually, there is much more stuff has been done on developer platform under the hood. It's just too many things that required to make it all work to enable this developer experience, which includes Aqua VM, Marine.js, like the node, Fluence node that called Nox now, like things like Aqua dependency management, via CLI and stuff like that. So a lot of actually things we are working on, and they go into all this developer toolset package. And next big thing is Compute Marketplace. We have announced its launch of Compute Marketplace on a testnet, almost a year ago in March 2023 in Denver, and since that, basically a lot of things were improved there. So let's go through all of them. First of all, actually, it was hugely updated in terms of the whole architecture. We now have, as a part of marketplace, the notion of provider, the notion of offer, where provider defines pricing for the resources, and provider can register like basically servers, the like what we call compute peers, but it's basically like machines that are gonna be providing computations. And then these machines are accounted in compute units, which is roughly, you can think of this as a virtual CPU unit. And this marketplace basically matches customers and providers by price expectations. Like providers say how much they want to charge for computation, and the customers also say limits on how much they can pay. And all the payments here happen in stable coins. And there is some token staking will be involved, and I have it on next slide as well. And so this marketplace is in the updated version we will be launching with partner providers in a permissioned setup initially. So right now it's we are finalizing the last updates to it, and then I'll tell it further about what happens next. Yeah. So also this marketplace is like, because we really need cheap transactions, we are launching this marketplace on our own layer 2 chain, which is based on interplanetary consensus, which is a layer 2 solution from Filecoin team. So this network that's gonna run all the payments for compute gonna be sitting on Fluence L2, and it's gonna be like connected to Filecoin chain and anchored to Filecoin chain, because we also want to be close to data and data marketplace that exists at Filecoin, so we can combine compute, compute payments to deal payments and make the experience for users much easier. So basically, this L2 network is something between sidechain and rollups and optimistic rollups. It has its own consensus that requires validators, but basically it's working as a layer 2 that allows to have cheap transactions. And of course, it runs EVM, it runs WASM, and actually it provides much more flexibility. And that's the reason, one of the reasons why we chose this solution. One new thing, very important thing is Compute Marketplace is getting rewards for providers of capacity. So every provider who will be joining Fluence Marketplace will be able to earn token rewards for providing compute capacity, just servers to a network, even if the service not yet busy with doing customer jobs, because we want this capacity to stay in the network, to have predictable amount of resources, and so customers can really count on it and can see how much they can scale their workload with that. So some functionality has been developed here. There is a token economics part here, and yeah. So basically, providers would start by earning tokens, and then whenever a customer comes, their compute unit is going to be switching to deals with a customer to serve customer workload, and when a customer done with the job, they can switch back and earn token rewards. This is based on things it's kind of similar to proof of work a little bit. So they will be running random X jobs that are validated on chain, and they will be getting token rewards for it. Next is, so this is these features are almost done. Like we're really literally like 1 week in terms, like we need like 1 more week to publish them on a testnet. And also it's coming together with the Marketplace Explorer, the web interfaces that would allow to explore and query on the everything that happens in our L2 chain on this marketplace. So it would be much easier than trying to get to understand it from CLI. So it would be both useful for providers and for developers. Okay, this is most of things that I wanted to like at a high level cover here on what happened, and I'm gonna now give the mic to Nadia to talk about all the community efforts we did over the last year, and then I'll be back about having like I have several more slides speaking about the future, what is coming in the next 2 months. So we have basically huge updates and huge news for it. Nadia, do you want to reshare the screen, or you want me to?
Yeah, I think it's better for you just to change slides. Yeah.
Oops. Oh, okay.
So you do it, or?
Yeah, I'm trying. Sorry, I lost the window. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. All right.
Okay, great. So you can see this year we've been almost to all the parts of the world. We were trying to. We travel a lot, and we talk to many different people with many different backgrounds, different audience, developers, regular Web3 users, Web2 actually conferences, and many different locations. Next year, we were trying to cover maybe more Asia, maybe more LATAM. Yeah, we'll see. I've prepared a couple of slides of, let's say, the most successful events and the biggest one. So we can go to the next slide. And yeah, last year we started with Denver, as we're planning to have on the next year as well. It's a huge hackathon, gathering together a lot of Web3 builders, and there is a huge Beetle week around that. So we did our Decentralized Network Summit with awesome partners and top speakers in the space. We did a breakfast. We actually bring the team with the help with Developer DAO to this hackathon, and they try to use Fluence. And we also distributed 6 bounties at this hackathon. It was epic, huge, and we're gonna repeat that again on the beginning of next year. Yeah, so next conference was Austin in Texas. So it was Consensus. Many people know Consensus. It's also big conference gathering together like more than 1,500 attendees, and yeah, all the Web3 people, developers and users and investors, a lot of different people came to our booth, came to our talks. We had a lot of activities there, and Filecoin network base was pretty huge there. And also we participated in Disco Summit about the decentralized compute together with 15 different projects and speakers. You can find the talk of Tom Trowbridge in our YouTube channel, speaking about Fluence, and it's important. Yeah. So then we've been to Paris, where was the ECC and also blockchain week around that, participated in many different side events and the main conference, and also bring there the team to participate at East Global Hackathon and build on top of Fluence. yeah, that was epic one, many people. And probably the largest before India was Singapore, also 15K attendees and many different events. The Compute Summit was a very nice one. We shared an expertise and yeah, I had a lot of discussion with the compute builders. Yeah, also many different talks from those blockchain week. Then we have Istanbul, where was the DevConnect, the largest ETH community gathering of this year. We organized our decentralized RPC summit, one of the biggest events of Fluence, or the biggest one so far. Yeah, like we had 1,000 registration and we have 300 people came to listen to the talks of Fluence and 20 and 12 other projects building decentralized RPC and Web3 infrastructure. Then we've been to Bangalore and was the Epic Blockchain Week, which was just recently finished. Was a lot of people there and was a lot of developers there and a lot of decentralized compute builders. Was Phil Bangalore, India Blockchain Week conference and Web3 reInvent organized by Spheron. Yeah, we just like, it was very, very nice one. We're planning to go to India next week or next year again. Yeah. There was like the biggest ones, but we also had many different smaller conferences like Filecoin. We participated in many different Filecoin events all over the world, and we participated in many different other ones on the next slides. Yeah, in Europe, in the United States, and also in Japan. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The most, let's say, useful part of it is that we talked a lot there and we had many discussions and a lot of talks was recorded and we published everything at our YouTube channel so you can get the latest updates on the Fluence roadmap and the development and everything. Also recommend you to follow us on Twitter because like all the updates are actually there. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, it was epic year.
Yeah, thanks, Nadia. I mean, that's actually a lot. Like looking at this all conferences listed, that looks like a lot of work and travel that we did. That's amazing. And yeah, so I think video is one of the best formats if you want to learn more about Fluence. Just check out our YouTube and see the talks recording. All right, couple more minutes on future. Let's talk about future. So first of all, mainnet, right? So finally, after all years, we are very close to launching mainnet, and all this work that I just covered about compute marketplace on testnet and dev updates, it all goes together into the mainnet. Basically the short-term timeline for us looks like that. We are right now in the end of December, basically finalizing all the on-chain code and preparing for audits. We're gonna have audits in January. We're gonna have tests of everything, like a Fluence L2 of the smart contracts, like on all the updated Fluence Node implementation, everything in January and February. Like really trying to make it super stable, like as stable as possible. And we're gonna be launching the main network in the end of February at ETH Denver. We are preparing for that. We plan to host a separate event there. So if you're interested, please stay updated with us on Twitter or newsletter. We're gonna send a note about that. So we of course gonna be working on a lot of documentation during that time for developers and overall, like about Fluence to understand better how it all works. And yeah, so like together with mainnet, the plan is to launch the DAO that we are talking about. We're gonna provide more information about the DAO in January. But that's the plan for the next 2 and a little bit months. The future is actually quite big. Like the future roadmap is huge. We are trying to limit the mainnet scope as much as possible, so we deliver it and it works. So a lot of features are may not be included in mainnet, and then basically we will deliver them over the next years. And it includes a lot of things on the developer platform side, like integrations with data, other runtimes like Docker, because right now we only have WASM, like new languages, and a lot of different features. And also on Compute Marketplace, some of the things that are required for such network, like liquid staking or like ability to pay with fiat for like people coming from Web2 that use credit cards, we also should enable this experience for them. Basically, a lot of payment-related features that would be like, or security-related features would be required from the marketplace side. So we're gonna work on them as well. And yeah, I think that's it for like all the presentation we had for today. Let's see if we have any questions now, and maybe we can address something. And if not, that's gonna be it. Nadia, can you check if you have something?
Yeah, checking right now, but seems like no.
Yes, like if no questions, that's fine. Can I be posting these recordings on YouTube channel? Like more people can watch it async and get to us in our community channels. Yeah, then thank you so much, everyone. Excited about this year. That was a huge work by all team. And next year looks even more interesting. All right, then thanks everyone.